Greetings everybody, welcome back to the Awesome Lindsay channel. Today we are doing a Portugal patio style out. So we have our sun, which is a Profoto, just a bare Profoto. I want to say bare bulb, but they have the flat facing front. So it's just a bare Profoto, really high up in the sky. So you can see kind of a midday, a little bit later than midday shadow. You can see the hard shadow right here on this table and the chairs. So that's where our shadows are going to lay from the sun. And then next to it, we have another Profoto in a tall V flat. Just have two V flats clamped together. And I have this stand on an angle because I wanted to keep the base of the stand as far out as I could, but I wanted to move the head of the light out a little bit so it'll spread a tiny bit more on this V flat. And this is adding our fill light coming from the sun's side or the key light side. And then over here we have another Profoto in a V flat, a tall V flat, same way as the one behind me. This one is also has the angle stand just to kind of keep it out of the way. And this is offering some fill light from the opposite side of the sun. As for the back here, I have these V flats because this one's also going to be comped about right here. I'm going to cut all that out and put in a background that's a photographer's shot in Palm Springs. So I just had the V flat to just kind of keep that clean. And it's also, generally we're looking about this crop when we're looking through the camera. It's also nice to not have to see the windows or the studio background. And I don't know really why I'm mentioning this, but there's a little light in the fountain here. This is a little too dim to show up in the lights we have because this is kind of a midday shot, so all of our main lights are really bright. But I thought I would mention there's a light in there, but I'm not using that. Here is our camera setup. You'll notice this flag here. I have this because this light here, the sunlight, is pointing pretty much towards the camera, so I was getting a little bit of a lens flare over here in the images. So I put this flag up here so it blocks some of that light off. And then again, Canon 5D Mark IV, and I have a 50mm tilt shift. This is so we can look into the side of the walls there. I can keep this camera, if you notice, it's really shifted farther towards the camera right. It allows the sensor to be farther over here and kind of peer into the wall. And then we've shifted the lens back to the left to kind of center up the image. Here is a second style out where basically had this angle first and now we're shooting against this arch wall. So I've moved the lights here. We have our sun or our key light coming from a little bit from behind, from the side. If you notice there's a plant here. Sometimes we'll put a plant or something in front to do dappling. We tried it and decided to nix it for this one. Right next to the key light we have another fill light. This is in a tall V flat. Again, really high just because I want the lighting to look like it came from the sun from overhead. And then we have our fill light. We have this one over here. This is at a very low power. It's almost non-viewable on the images, but it's just at a very low power. And then these are our two kind of main fill lights. So it's on a tall V flat. I have two lights in here. This one's up top, pulled back to kind of get some fill of the whole V flat and along the umbrella over here. And then I have a lower light here in the same V flat just to kind of light up some of the bottom sides of the chair and under the table and more or less under the umbrella because the umbrella blocks off quite a bit of the light from the sun, which it's supposed to do, but it's harder to show that in studio and light everything under the table, so you need a little bit of extra light. So this is our Portugal patio. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I'll do my best to answer them, and thanks everyone for watching.